Hey guys, my name is Kevin. Welcome back to day 2 of Let's Play Ukulele Together. I'm so excited to have you here, and I hope you're ready to kind of get into some strumming, playing, and mental escape from the world right now that we can all kind of use. Speaking of the world, I'm very grateful for all of the comments that you guys left in last week's session, letting me know where you guys are playing your uke. So again, don't forget to leave your flag in the comments below and share with us where you're playing your uke. Are you playing on your porch? Are you overlooking Sydney Harbor? Where are you out there? I'm here in beautiful Aurora, Illinois, but I've got a couple of beautiful chord progressions picked out for you guys today that we're going to go through with a nice easy strumming pattern. So get tuned up and let's get to it. All right, so let's check out the strumming pattern that we'll be using for these chord progressions. So I'll be holding a D major chord here, so my middle ring and pinky on the 2nd fret on the G, C, and E strings as I do this, if you want to try to follow along here. So the pattern is down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the way I would count that is 1, and then I go strum up, and I go 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's hold a D chord together and just try that strumming pattern, and I'll count us through just to kind of get in the feel here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that is the strumming pattern that we'll use throughout the 2 chord progressions. And again, the format here is I'm going to create an A section and a B section, and then we'll put those together at the end of the video and play the full thing along. And we're going to spend most of our time playing together here, so keep patient. We're going to be doing a lot of playing together today. All right, let's check out this first chord progression. I had some fun putting this one together, and some of you maybe haven't played a couple of these chords, so consider this a little challenge if you haven't. They're not too scary, I promise. But the first chord we'll use, which I've mentioned before, is the D major chord. So the D major chord, I'm playing with my middle finger on the G string, ring on the C string, and pinky on the E string. That sounds like this. You're also welcome to bar that with either your middle finger or ring finger, if you guys are into that. Or you can use your index, middle, and ring to play the D chord. I would recommend for this playing your middle, ring, and pinky. And a little tip for you here is kind of try to turn your hand towards the headstock when you're playing the D chord. The second chord, one of my favorites, is F sharp minor. So F sharp minor sounds like this. So I'm using middle finger on the G string 2nd fret, index on the C string on the 1st fret, and my ring finger on the E string on the 2nd fret. Again, you can notice my hand is kind of tilted here a little bit towards the headstock. It gives me better finger spacing, so I'm not hitting strings that I'm not intending to hit. So we have D, we have F sharp minor, and we're going to strum those each 2 times through the strumming pattern. And then we're going to move, don't hate me for this, please, to a B minor chord. I wanted to challenge you a little bit. So the B minor is played by barring, I know, don't get scared of that word, the C, E, and A string here on the 2nd fret, and then putting my ring finger on the 4th fret on the G string. So that sounds like this. Such a pretty chord. I'll give you another option. If you don't want to play that chord, you can play a B minor 7 in substitution. And the way you would play that is either by just taking your index finger and barring the entire 2nd fret, or I have seen some folks, I don't really recommend this position, but you can do it, is using all 4 of your fingers, index, middle, ring, and pinky. If you are anti-bar chord, as some of you might be, but you shouldn't be, you can play the B minor 7 in substitution for the B minor. And the last chord is just a G major. And the G major is played middle finger on the A string on the 2nd fret, ring finger on the E string 3rd fret, and index on the C string on the 2nd fret. Again, notice my hand is tilted here towards the headstock, so that's kind of a theme throughout a lot of these chords here. So we're going to do each of these chords 2 times through the strumming pattern. I'll do a quick little demonstration here and then we'll play it together. So the pattern will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. F sharp minor. B minor. G. So if you need to pause and work through this progression a little bit, I know the B minor might not be familiar to some of you out there, so if you need to spend some time with it, that's totally cool. Get comfortable with this chord progression before you jump into it. You have all the time in the world, especially right now, to kind of really fine-tune the fundamentals and make sure all of your notes are ringing out clearly. That's all going to help you kind of build a good foundation of playing. So we'll go through that progression 4 times. Just kind of relax. If you need to take a couple more repetitions afterwards and do it over again, that's totally cool. So we'll go nice and slow here. Here we go, starting on the D major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... You guys got this. B minor, here it comes. Keep that index flat. To the G. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and D. Keep smiling. It feels good. And it helps you play better. B minor. Going to the G. Some of you are probably saying, this isn't relaxing. Yes, it is. Here comes that minor chord. I'll do a B minor 7 this time. Doesn't sound too much different. To the G. All right, last time. D. F sharp minor. Home free. Here we go. B minor. And on the G. Ah, that felt good. So something that I was thinking about, I was playing piano the other day, and sometimes we have these little mental blocks as we're playing when we have a chord that might be a little more challenging to us, and we kind of always are anticipating that. So something I kind of started making my mantra is this, you've got this. And I think that's something you guys should reiterate to yourself as you're playing. You know, keep that positive energy going within yourself when you're playing. Even if you're struggling with a chord, know that it's just going to take time and patience to get through it. You'll eventually be able to get it. You can train your fingers to do all of these things with time and practice and patience. So keep that in mind. Say that to yourself. You know, I always say to myself, Kevin, you've got this. And when I say that, I try to believe it. So whatever your name is out there, say that to yourself, you know, when you're going through a challenging chord progression or situation. That's a good way to kind of approach it and get through. So let's take a look at the second chord progression for the B section. So the chords we'll use for this section are E minor. And again, we're going to be playing all of these 2 times, except the last one. I have a little trick for you here. So the E minor chord is played like this. Ring, middle, and index finger on the C, E, and A string. 1 finger chord because we had to have one easy one today, the A7. I know a lot of you guys wrote to me and said A7 is one of your favorite chords. I know why. And then we go to a D chord here, another D major, which we've played before, and then B minor, which we also played in the A section. The last two chords here will be G major, which we've played before, and then finally we're going to end with an A7. So let me play through that progression for you real quick, and I'll show you how it's going to work out. But basically, the only change that will be is on the last A7 chord, we're just going to do a single down strum, just to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. You should always think about little nuances you can add to songs. If maybe you're writing your own chord progression at home right now, how can you vary up the monotony? How can you make it a little bit more interesting? So that's what I'm kind of always thinking as I create. So let's go through this progression here. So we start on E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and A7. Then we go to the D, B minor, and then we're going to kind of resolve it with going G. And I'm just going to do a single down strum here. 2, 3, 4. So that will be the B section chord progression. So when I hit that A7 chord, I'm going to count 1 when I hit the chord, and then I'll count 2, 3, 4. That'll be a rest, and then we'll start the progression again. So you'll get the hang of it after a few times here. So let's try to go through that B section. Nice and slow, relax, smile. You're playing ukulele together with people around the world. What could be better right now? So here we go, starting on the E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and to the D chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, B minor. To the G. And then we're going to stop on the A7. 2, 3, 4, E minor. 1, 2, and 3. A7. D. Visualize going to that B minor. You got it. Going to the G. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. I love that. 1, 2 and 3 and 4, A7. Try to make it a little better every time. To the D chord. B minor. You're learning a song in the key of D right now. It's pretty cool. G. Here comes the single down strum on A7. 2, 3, 4, E minor. Last time through here, guys. You got this. Say it to yourself. You got this. Not scary. To the G chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it hang. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed those first two chord progressions. So now we're going to put them together. So for this little go round here, we're going to go A section, B section, A section, B section. So relax, try to kind of get in a good mental space here. You're playing uke with your friends around the world, and we're going to kind of relax and have some fun here. I wanted to mention something to you guys. Do you notice anything different about this beautiful Kamaka ukulele that I'm playing here today? Does it sound any different? Does it look any different to you? Leave in the comments below and let me know if you noticed anything different about this other than Gumby's resurgence into our videos. So let's put these two sections together. Again, we'll go A, B, and just look out for that one single strum on the A7 chord at the end of the B section. That's the only little spot where you gotta, not drift off into uke land. So here we go, starting on the D chord. We'll go through this nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. F sharp minor. B minor. I hear some geese having a fight behind me. G. To the B section, E minor. A7. Here comes the D chord. Visualize this B minor chord coming up next. Chord, and then we're going to do a single strum on the A7. 2, 3, 4, D. We're back in the A section. F sharp minor. It's such a beautiful descent. Let's do a B minor 7 this time. You can use 2 fingers to hold that down too if you want. And G. Now going to the B section, E minor. I'm using my pinky if you didn't catch that. A7. To the D. It's the last time you guys gotta play B minor today, I promise. Here it comes. To the G chord, and we're gonna end on the A7. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's end on a D chord. Thank you for the geese. Woo! I hope you guys had some fun playing in the key of D today. I hope that B minor chord didn't scare you away. Take it as a little bit of a challenge. If you haven't played it before, use this as a little motivation to kind of expand your chord bank. I really appreciate you guys all playing around the world, and I'm very grateful again that you left the comments that you did in last week's session, your flags, and sharing where you're playing your uke. I really appreciate it. I wanted to also mention something new that I am doing here in 2020 is offering private lessons via Zoom. So I'll leave a link in the description to go directly to my calendar where you can sign up, take a lesson with me, hang out, play some uke together over Zoom, which is the coolest new thing that I've ever discovered, even though we've had FaceTime and Skype for years, but Zoom just sounds cooler. So yeah, join me if you want to take a private lesson. All of the info is on my website, allforuke.com, and you can also print out a PDF for this lesson that has the chord progressions laid out with chord charts for you that I think will really help you in conquering this progression. Subscribe to the channel if you like these videos. Feel free to share them with your uke friends. Let somebody know about All for Uke today. If you're enjoying playing with me, tell one of your uke buddies that's maybe in your uke club wherever you are in San Francisco or Australia or wherever you guys are hanging out these days. And last but not least, click the alert bell so you know when the videos are coming out. We're releasing 3 videos a week. Lots of content these days, lots of playing uke together, having fun, enjoying our instrument. My name's Kevin. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for learning with me.
This sunny day